Hey guys, how are you guys? Oh my gosh, I know I sound horrible right now. Let me wait a little bit. I'm not going to be on camera. I hope you guys don't mind. Did not mean to turn off my device. Hold up, y'all. Trying to get it together. I still feel like shit. I'm actually doing a little bit better than I was earlier today, but please forgive me. I will not be on camera. Look, yo, my face, parts of my face are swollen. Stuff is happening in my face. So, but I wanted to say hello, hello, hello. Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. I see everybody. Thank you so much, Grandma Sherry, for being number 18. I see SW Emily Bew that loves the biochemistry. Welcome. Liz, how are you? SW Cash is in the house. Nebulous, Peekaboo, Vic, Morals. How you doing, love? I hope you're doing well. I haven't seen you in a minute. Chico, Tazzy, welcome. Oh my gosh, everybody, everybody. Who else is in here? I hope you guys are going to be patient with me today. Peekaboo, welcome. ACS. I have no words with what the hell is wrong with these people, girls? Right. It's a lot. Hey, Crescencia, how are you? How are you guys? Hey, Kitty Coo, welcome. Wells, Lace and Chains, welcome, welcome. I'm listen. I know. Where have you been? I hope you're doing okay. You stay focused, okay? Stay focused and come back to us when you're ready to come back to us. But I just hope you're doing okay. Hey, Chaos. Ginger O Snap, welcome. Emily, Nicole. All right, everybody come through. Thank you. Hey, Shauna B. Guys, I've been sick. I've been doing little videos here and there. You guys have seen my little uploads. Jess V, welcome. I just can't. Happy belated birthday to Morals. All right, you guys, drop some little birthday cakes in the chat for Morals. Happy belated birthday to all the beautiful people in here. Um, are you extremely happy and saddened by this news? Yes. Jamie, was it you that emailed me? I want to shout you out, love, because I think it was you that emailed me. Um, I hope that's okay that I say that you emailed me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. How are you, Maddie? How are you? How are you? How are you? Okay. Everybody. Hey, too persuasive. How you doing, love? Okay. I think everybody's here. Hey, good Nunya. How you doing? Like the button. Hit that like button for free 99 to support the fluffle. Neat noodle. How you doing, love? Okay. I'm a little sick. I hope that's okay. You did? Yes, you did. Shout out to you. And I'm glad you emailed me because let me tell y'all something. All right. And I'm going to go on camera. Look, I look like shit, right? I'm alive. I'm alive. Ooh, Kristen said you might want to take Kevin's picture off. A bunch of fake info came out saying he was part of it. No arrest for him yet. Ooh. But why would I take his picture off? I mean, where was the daddy? While all this abuse was going on, that's what I want to know. Girl, I'm giving you the social work perspective. Shout out to Jamie who messaged me. All right, we're going to get into the story. I'm not familiar. I'm learning about this today. All right. I typically don't review. I mean, I have, but I typically don't review a lot of the mommy vloggers and stuff like that. I really don't. I don't. You don't want to see me sick. I don't really oh, he left her? Okay, gotcha. I don't really review a lot of the mommy vloggers and family vloggers and stuff like that. I have before, but I don't really like review them like that. So I'm finding out about this story and I was watching Ikamel. Shout out to Ikamel. Y'all go support the legal fund for Ikamel, please and thank you. If Ahmad can drop it in the chat, that'd be awesome. Um, so I was listening a little bit to what he was dropping, and then Jamie messaged me and he said, Rabbit, this is a little bit more of kind of like the breakdown of the situation. So I guess this is a family vlogger, okay, out of Utah. What is it with all these? Wasn't that Frankie lady? There's another Frankie lady over here in Utah as well who got in trouble for domestic violence with her children around. Keep that in mind, okay? Got in trouble, okay? And this one's from Utah too. Apparently, she had like a mental health business with another lady by the name of Jodi. Both Ruby and Jodi have been arrested for, I believe, intentional aggravated child abuse. Okay, like wow. Yeah, and there's ex-Mormonism and stuff like that. I lived in Utah for a couple of years actually. Um, that's an interesting state. I'll say that much. It's interesting. Can't buy liquor after like I think what 10 o'clock. The liquor stores closes. How do I know I was in my 20s when I was living there? So keep that in mind. I was like, this is not a party. This is not the party state to be at. But it's a great state, good people. I don't have an issue with a lot of them. A lot of homelessness. I'm just saying, yeah, that when I lived there, that's what it looked like back then. So something's up. Um, Mormon mommy vloggers gone bad. I mean, it's getting bad. Now, this was a really sad story, and I do want to put in a trigger warning. So, why don't we start by reading a little bit of the article, okay? And again, trigger warning. And let me shut my camera off because I look like shit right now. Excuse my language, but I am an adult and we do curse a little over here. Okay, so child who climbed out window for help leads to arrest of eight passengers' mother. Police say children were found with severe malnourishment, neglect, and abuse. So, after a YouTube star was arrested and charged with aggravated child abuse, new information details that a child climbed out of the window to get help, which led to the discovery of abuse. Ruby, known for her YouTube channel Eight Passengers, which garnered the attention of millions of people around the world, was arrested Wednesday on 2 counts of second-degree felony aggravated child abuse. Arresting documents detail that the arrest was made after, Lord, here's another ad, after a child climbed out of the window out of the residence around 10:50 a.m. Wednesday and ran to a neighbor's home for help. The home belonged to Jodi, and that's her partner in that mental health business that they have, parenting mental health business, believe it or not, who is involved with a parent counseling service called ConneXions and was also arrested in relation to the case. The child knocked on the door and asked for food and water, but the neighbors noticed duct tape on the child's ankles and wrists and called police, documents stated. This is severe. This is like, whoa, all right. The calling party stated that the juvenile appeared to be emaciated and malnourished, with open wounds and duct tape around the extremities. A statement from the local authorities read police described the wounds, neglect, and malnourishment of the child to be severe. Arresting documents state and the child was taken to the hospital for treatment. A search warrant. Oh, wait. After the first child was taken to the hospital, another child was discovered in the home and was found to be malnourished as well, officers reported. So, what the hell? Are they just keeping these children like malnourished? Yo, they bet Kristen, they better deny that bail. They better deny that bail. I'm telling you. Were there any more CPS reports? Right. Yeah, no. Mental health and duct tape do not mix. No. Is this supposed to be like grade A parenting for people who feel like they need to parent their kids that way? Let me tell you something. You don't need to do that. That's like, what do you mean, Mal? You're not even feeding your kids, and you're running a mental health business to tell people how to parent their children? Get the hell out of here. And these people make money off of this? I was thinking about the Hart family, Cheeks McGee. That story. Mm, Let me stop. Let me stop. She's known for withholding well, and I heard about her little was it 6-year-old girl from kindergarten that, which kinda made me wonder too, like, did the school not have any food to feed her too? Like, if she wasn't gonna get like, what the hell? Why didn't the school also jumped in and I don't know. And was that a CPS call? Because 'Cause they're mandated reporters. When you're a mandated reporter, you don't select to say, "Oh, okay, this looks like," no, you have to call in as a mandated reporter. "This is what we need to know, Cara. We need to know." 'Cause I'm having a hard time understanding whether this husband was arrested or not. What the hell? Thank you so much, Too Persuasive. I'm getting there. All right, let me get off this camera because now y'all saw me. My face is like crap right now. Oh man, hold up. Had to cough. Okay. Shout out to everybody that's coming through. Let me continue to read. The article, it says arresting documents state Frankie was seen on YouTube videos filmed in the res. Oh, wait, hold up, hold up. I skipped it. A search warrant was obtained by police. During the search of the home, evidence was located consisting with the markings found on the juvenile, authorities said in a statement. Arresting documents state Frankie, or Frank, not Frankie, Frank, was seen on a YouTube video film in the residence just day before the incident, which adds to Miss Frank's being present in the home, having knowledge of the abuse, the malnourishment, and the neglect, the documents state. Frank did not speak with police and instead requested a lawyer. Arrest information reports she was ordered to be held without bail in the Washington County jail. Thank God. Okay. Yeah. These, this is just, wow. Okay, that's good. See what I'm saying? Her son wasn't allowed to. That's what I heard. That her son was not like he was sleeping on like bean bags and whatnot or something like that. That they took the bed out of punishment. Oh my gosh. Thank you. I'm getting there. I'm getting there, y'all. I'm getting there. I promise you guys. Thank you. That's why she was pulled out of school. The teachers were asking questions and questioning what was going on. Mm-mm-mm. No, and seeing homeschooling. Hey, Trap Mafia, welcome. Religions bother me. What does it take? What does it does to fanatical people, parents especially? Um, I oh, can you imagine? I hope that you already know this is going to get FOIA, right? You know this is going to get FOIA. So if it gets FOIA, I mean, I just hope that at the very least they'll blur out the faces or something. You know? You do I? I'm trying to. Shout out to you guys. So he was sleeping in a beanbag for 7 months because he pranked his little brother. So the punishment was for 7 months. You know, I ain't gonna lie, when I was a kid, now this is because we didn't have money. I used to sleep on the floor. I think I had like we had, I had my room and I shared my room with other people and we used to have like sleeping bags. I slept on the floor with the sleeping bag. Now that was when I was younger, right? Um my back was great when I was younger. Now you can't get me on a beanbag for an hour because then I'd like start complaining. But I don't know. This is like too much. Anyways, let me continue reading. Let me continue reading. Okay. So, so Frank did not speak with the police and instead requested a lawyer. Arrest information reports she was ordered to be held without bail in the Washington County Jail. The Department of Child and Family Services was contacted. A statement from the Santa Clara Department of Safety reads, and in a joint effort with the Springville Police Department, 4 minor children were taken into the care of the Department of Child and Family Services. Frank's older daughter, Shari Frank, which by the way, I saw her IG and she actually was like, finally. Like I saw that, post that said finally, because she was ready for something to happen. Wow. I guess she's the oldest daughter and she's been speaking against her mother and her practices and whatnot. So she says finally. She would later add another story with the following statement. Hi all. Today has been a big day. Me and my family are so glad justice is being served. We've been trying to tell the police and CPS for years about this, and so glad they finally decided to step up. Kids are safe, but there's a long road ahead. Please keep them in your prayers and respect their privacy. According to Prevent Child Abuse Utah Director, is it Lorianne Thorpe? 90% of child abuse cases are perpetrated by the people they trust. I think it's really important to understand that children on average will disclose abuse 3 times before they get help or they're believed, said Thorpe. So it's really on us as adults who may be receiving this information to trust that a child not is not making this up. Wow, they called her the prevention, child abuse prevention. Well, the name changes might have to do something with funding. Um, and that's something that I'm aware of. But anyways, let me stop. So, Jamie sent me this very interesting channel, and I put them in the description box. I was not familiar with this, and this is like my first time actually watching them. I'm going to credit them in the description box. The name of the channel is Jordan and McKay. And I believe McKay, the young woman, is an actual social worker. I was hearing her talk. So apparently she's been covering the 8-passenger family and mom and the vlogging. And I really, really appreciated that. For those that don't necessarily know about this family, she did a little breakdown for us. And I guess they created a playlist for those that want to watch it. Go check them out. Matter of fact, let me link their channel is linked in the description box. But this specific video, um, I really, really appreciate it because it kind of got right to the point. We're going to go ahead and watch and give commentary to it. Let me hit play on this. Alrighty. Ooh.
How's it going, everybody? It is your favorite apostates. I'm McKay.
I'm Jordan.
And we have some breaking news. We are filming this very late, much later than we've ever filmed ever before, but for good reason.
For bittersweet reason, we'll say. If you are new to this channel,
thank you so much, Jamie. Jamie's like, Jordan is the girl, McKay is the guy. Okay, thank you. It gets confusing because both names could, right. I'm like, both names could go either way. I totally switched them. Shout out to them. Yeah, I didn't know they were former Mormons, and I had no idea. Yo, why didn't you guys tell me about this channel? I had no idea. Well, they got a new subscriber, so I wanted to play this a little bit, and I linked their information in the description box so you guys can watch them. I was just intrigued because Jordan said that she's a social worker and she understood a little bit of Utah law, and I was like, "Ooh, yes, 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 love it." But hey,
because this is very popular information. If you are new here, our channel has covered 8 passengers, Ruby and Jodi, Kevin, the likes of them for a long time now. We have a plethora of videos on them if you want some background on who they are, how Mormonism plays into this, all of those things. Like, we have plenty of videos to get you caught up on if you are new, but
we can link them.
We will link them. I created a playlist, so they're all in one place. McKay and I have been doing this for how long now?
2.5 years.
2.5 years. Yeah. We've been talking about 8 passengers on our channel and on other people's channels for a while now. So this is information that has come out that was not anything that I ever thought would happen.
No.
Wow.
So to be clear, it is exactly what we thought would happen. Not in this manner, but we've been saying for a while now that somebody is going to get hurt and it's going to be a bad thing.
Let me clarify. We wanted the justice piece of this, the children being taken care of piece of this to happen, but it's extremely unfortunate that the situation that we're in right now is what had to have happened to get there. So let's just jump right into it. So biggest thing, this broke August 30th, which you're watching this probably the 31st if you're the first ones watching this. August 30th, I was in my usual Reddit and a notification from the 8-passenger snark subreddit popped up with Franke arrest information. So this post was made in the 8-passenger snark subreddit and it was verified by moderators. So whoever came forth with this information gave enough evidence to the moderators of the subreddit to affirm it, validate it, and be able to post it so it wasn't misinformation.
On the arrest, and that's what they're speaking on. CL, welcome. How you doing, love? So let me show you guys something else before we really get into this. I wanted to go to Shari's IG. Okay, so she's been posting. She was the one that posted, finally, this is the oldest daughter. Finally, that there's been arrest. It says, hey, all, today has been a big day. Me and my family are so glad justice is being served. We've been trying to tell the police and CPS for years about this. So glad they were finally decided to step up. Kids are safe. Let me scoot up a little bit because I got to show you guys something. I need your help. If you have links to the questionable or concerning ConneXions or 8 passengers video, please DM me. Please DM them to me. It's too much for me to sort through myself. And more specifically, ConneXions stuff. We are aware of the 8-passenger things already. Okay, so and they actually put the link there so we can actually go to their Google Docs. And this is what I did. I went there, and I think Mel was showing this too. Shout out to him. ConneXions 8-passenger links. Let me read your comment, love. You said, hold up, y'all. I'm a little slow today. Thank you for covering this, that so many poor people can be informed. It is very hard and disturbing subject. Yes, Kristen, and subject to report on. And that has happened to these poor children. What? The children out of California, and is it the turnip kids? Is it that case, that one that we're like that was severe child abuse too? And thank you, Kristen, for your $10. I appreciate you, love. It's the one in California, right? This is starting to give me that vibe too. Is it Turnpin? Turnpin, not turn up. Turnpin. Did I say it correctly? Thank you. Turpin, Turpin, Turpin. All right. Thank you. Y'all are awesome. Not the turn. What did I say? Turn up. I don't know. No N. Turpin. All right. People have been voicing concerns for years. It almost took a child dying to get justice. Right, Chrissy? But the thing is, the crazy part is like the severity. Gotcha. Gotcha. Thank you, love. The severity of the abuse. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, malnourished. Kids don't become malnourished overnight. This must have been happening for quite some time. And you got them on duct tape. I'm just saying, malnourishment doesn't happen overnight. This has to have been years of that. God knows how long these kids have been malnourished. Like, that's the reality of it. It is awful. It is awful. So, I mean, just think about it. You gotta like kids don't just if your child goes to bed hungry, he's not gonna be malnourished tomorrow. Malnourished is a medical term for the severity of that, right? So yes, don't don't woke yep, yep. In plain sight, yes. She had to have been escalating it. You were on top messages? What you mean? Right, it doesn't matter in a few days. Yeah, yeah. This is a long thing, right? So like when you talk about malnourished, a child doesn't become malnourished overnight. It takes time. It takes time. It takes a lot of times. I was just about to watch Mel's video and just saw Rabbit is live. The family has come on my recommended, but I have no sense of wanting to check it out. No worries, no worries. Food should never be a form. No, it should never be a form of discipline. Absolutely not. I want to add that Marky has been covering. I saw his videos a little bit. Low blood sugar, hunger, and starve are different. Yes, they are. Yeah. And then you duct tape. I can't, yo. Thank you, Nicole. I would imagine. I would imagine. Thank you, Brooke. I haven't seen his on coverage on this at all. Let me see what you guys are saying. Yes, when I found out I was diabetic, I was severely malnourished and almost died. K Solo says, "Look, this is interesting. So, did your diabetes lead to the malnourishment? K, share if you can. I'm kind of curious to know what your thoughts are on this." But she says, "When I found out I was diabetic, I was severely malnourished. I almost died. This is terrible, upsetting. There's no reason for it. One of the boys slept on the floor for a year because they took his bed and pillows. That's right. Didn't he sleep like on a beanbag or something? Something like that. They ended up sending him to a camp for troubled kids. Curious. I'm just, wow. Yeah. All right. So I wanted to share with you guys, for those that are interested, this is available for anybody that's willing to share the links, the titles, description. I would hope that people would share videos that aren't heavily edited, um, and that they actually show maybe some of the concerns. Look at all these links. Look at all these messages. Oh my gosh. And are they going to use this against them? I guess I'm kind of curious. The fact that they have to collect all this information themselves. Yeah, what is a questionable camp? A treatment camp? Oh, she says yes, I did was urinating barely and slept barely and had the energy to eat. Had the energy to eat. CL says I ran track in high school and one of my teammates ended up being malnourished. She didn't look like it to us, but it was because of all the running and the lack of food intake. Gotcha. So like her exercise level was pretty high, right? So she wasn't keeping her nourishment balance, I'm assuming, or she was burning more than what she was taking in. CL, is that correct? You let me know. Okay. Let me go ahead and let's give some commentary to this video. And you guys, again, check them out. The channel is Jordan and McKay.
essentially. So here's what the post has said, and you will see it on your screen. So an insider who does not wish to be identified has come forward with information. We have verified that they were in fact present at the scene, but cannot provide further details in order to respect their privacy. Here's what they are comfortable with sharing. Please note that some of the contents may be emotional/disturbing, as child abuse and neglect is insinuated. 20 plus officers responded at the scene with representatives from federal, state, and local levels. Kevin and Ruby were arrested separately.
Wow.
Ruby has been spending much of her time at Jodi's residence in a different city. We already knew that. There are reports of child malnourishment. The 2 youngest Franke children were seen by paramedics. All the children are now getting the care that they need. So this post came 3 hours ago, again, was verified by the moderators. I'm not going to speculate on the identity of whoever this person was. If you lived in their neighborhood, you would be very aware of what was going on.
Yeah.
Wow.
If there is 20 plus law enforcement officers outside of one residence, there's a good chance that...
We're talking about white neighborhoods. You know, the Facebook groups were lighting up.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. And people know who they are. And
that's crazy.
As we've seen in what we talked about in our videos and the evidence from the channel and things, we know that Ruby does spend presumably a decent amount of time away from their Springville home, which is where the incident initially took place, was the Springville home that Kevin and I almost said Jodi. And you'll notice that I swap them all the time if you're new here, because they all just blend together in my head.
Wow.
Additionally, something that just kind of sealed it for me on this being legit was there was also a post made on Sherry Franke, which is the eldest 8 passengers' daughter, who is, from what we understand up to this point, no contact with the majority of her primary family. So that includes her mom, her dad, all of her siblings, and she's still connected with the majority of, if not all, of Ruby's extended family, which is also really prevalent in the Mormon bloggerverse. All of the kind of Griffiths fam is in blogging. So that's Bonnie Holing, that's Ellie and Jared. She's all, Sherry's still very connected with them. And this is kind of played out behind the scenes. And if you kind of know what's going on, then you pick up subtle cues here and there. But both Sherry and Ruby is completely disconnected from that family. And so Sherry posted this image on her Instagram account. There's nothing identifiable location wise in this. So we're not doxing anybody. There's not any identifiable things here. And
oh my God.
So if you are listening, if you're a podcast listener, the caption on the phone.
This was the picture that she had on her. It's no longer available. But if you had seen it, I watched it. You know how it gives you a time frame as an IG, how long they can stay posted up there. I had seen that too. Perry says the kids have to make their own lunch. Thank you for being a member for 5 months. So that's what I heard too. Hence why the little girl, I guess, forgot her lunch or something. I ain't listen, if you have kids around that age, I don't know if you can trust them to make their own lunch. You could tell them where stuff is at, and maybe they can pack it, but at the end of the day, you're the parent. You're responsible to make sure that they packed in their lunch, and they, if they're not receiving lunch at school, essentially you're responsible, right? And I don't know, to me as a mom, it is I would feel like if I saw that my kid left their lunch at home, I'd be like, oh crap, I gotta go back to the school and drop it off. And that's what I would do. You know what I'm saying? I would go and take the lunch and drop it off at the school and make sure that they have it. Ooh, you said the woman is toxic. Which one? Who are you talking about? I know I'm a little congested. I don't know how old they are. Ooh, out of their allowance. They also have to pay their own dentist bill? Nicole, who? The kids too? No worries, Lisa. I'm all right. Thank you. Well, see, and God knows who's been keeping eyes on them. She raged at the school for feeding the little girl when she forgot and mom wouldn't bring her. Oh my gosh. I'm just saying, oh, the mom is toxic. I'm saying, I was like, I would feel bad. I'd be like, no, okay, I'm gonna go take their lunch and drop it off. That's what I would do. I've done it before. A kiddo forgets their lunch. I gotta go. Damn it, I gotta drive back to the school and take the lunch and then talk to them about you gotta remember to put your lunch in your backpack. I prepare it. Your lunch goes in your backpack, and yeah. Oh my gosh, I will try that. I promise you, I will try that. Or oregano oil. All right, I will do that. Take it. All right. I just watched a short with Ruby state that she made millions from her YT channel dated 2022. why these people make so much money? Why do these bloggers, why do these family bloggers make so much money? You know? Yeah, I would have to, CL, I would agree with you. Like, and then now Illinois, I said Illinois, and I should have not said Illinois. It was Illinois. I did a short about how Illinois passed a law where like if you have family bloggers and children are participating in there and they get a cut, they could sue you for not making sure that they get a cut from the earnings. I'm so glad that that is going on because there's a reason. Listen, I don't, if I made Baby Bunny up, if this was a family blogging situation, yo, first of all, I don't want anybody knowing what the hell I'm doing, right? Number 1, I appreciate my privacy that much. But number 2, like, I don't wanna expose my children to something that like, they need to have a choice in the matter, and this is not them having a choice. So I feel some type of way about this, but kids are cute and people like families, right? So you think that's why we're in the wrong business then, man? I should have been a family blogger. I should have been a family blogger. Yeah, I mean, Illinois did pass something. They did. Illinois, excuse me, Illinois. Ooh, yes, my 5-year-old had lunch and forgot it, so that was her punishment. Some story like that, whatever it was cruel. Anyways, let's keep watching, okay?
Odo says, finally, which is like, damn, girl.
Mm.
Like,
She's
pull
been
no
waiting for this.
punches.
Yeah.
Pull no
But
punches.
I'm imagining this isn't like, wow, finally they're hauling my mom off to jail. It's
Oh,
more
no.
the protection of her siblings.
Well, and
guessing.
some inner validation of like, thank God people are going to be able
Yeah.
to see it now. And it's not just me and I'm not being made out to be the bad daughter that, you know, doesn't have a
Yeah.
relationship with her mom. Like everybody can clearly see what's
Oh
happening
my
now.
God.
And so
Can you imagine speaking out against your mom, however long she's been doing it? And I'm like I said, I'm not familiar with them like that, but then finally you're speaking out, your story is finally validated through an arrest. And not just one cop. There was a variety of cops. They had a lot of cops there. Okay? What the hell is going on that your kid is jumping out of a window, coming out of the window, malnourished, probably wasn't even wearing his shoes, whatever, jumping out, going to the neighbor saying that they're hungry. What the hell is going on? Like, how can you punish your kids so severely? Like, I guess I don't understand. You know, you should what her view on the girl who had, I'm not understanding your statement. I'm trying to read it, but it's not making sense to me. But see, like I'm kind of wondering, that CPS or DFS or whatever the hell acronyms, because everybody got a different acronym for it, that they would have had to have been called before. I would have love to have, you know, seen exactly the reports before that to get a really good family history and assessment. Kitty Coo, thank you so much for gifting 5 members. You guys, if you guys got a membership from Kitty, please give her a heart in the chat. Thank you, love. Thank you, Kitty. I'm seeing that vloggers in 2010, 2020 are falling apart, divorce, destruction of families, no more social media presence. Mm. Right. It's like, what happened to them? I don't know. Maybe clout is a drug. And then what are these kids going to do? They're probably going to write a blog or a book about the trauma that they've been through. I mean, hopefully they can help other people, but this is very, very much um scary, you know? Makes you kind of look at the what is it, Ace family and what's that one lady with the 12 adopted kids, that family? Then there's these other families. I'm like, Lord have mercy, what is going on? Thank you, Mighty, for the $10. Love you. Thank you. Um, dang. Whoever did that membership thing, yes, shout out to them. So many family bloggers expose their children. It's sad. Right. Right. Real Brenda. I don't know. Million kids, but kids are emancipated. Right. Why are your kids malnourished? Is it the daughtery dozen? Is that the one with the 12? and they're all adopted? Did they elect to be a part of that shit? See, that's the problem. Is that these kids need to have some type of representation before they sign them up, especially if they're adopted. The state needs to do a better job about that shit. And now I'm cussing because it makes me mad. Right. No, that it does. It makes a $1 million business, that's for sure.
I don't wish this situation on anybody. Like I said, we wanted something to happen in this case because we were worried about what could be happening behind the scenes. But my heart goes out to Sherry for having to be in a position where she's rooting for law enforcement to intervene with her mother and her siblings. Like, how freaking awful is that? So that came about, affirmed the post. Additionally, I mean, it's outside of their Springville home from what we can tell. And whoever took the photo is standing in front of a police SUV and an officer holding a rather large gun. So this kind of corroborates the previously shared post from the subreddit that there were a lot of law enforcement officers, and not just, even from this image, like not just like cops standing around hanging out. Like this dude has like a giant ass gun and is just standing outside the property. Okay.
See, here's the problem. You said that there's a petition with 75,000 plus signatures to have children's services investigate. Well, they're investigating now. I work in children's services. Okay. I know what these calls look like and what these investigations and what these reports look like and what the laws say about all this shit. And let me tell you something. There has to be abuse or neglect, suspected abuse or neglect. Okay. Now, for whatever reason, when the neighbors called the cops, if that's what happened, and they saw the duct tape is enough to say, oh shit, there's abuse and neglect happening here. There's definitely abuse. Malnourishment, oh, there's neglect happening here for sure. Right? So a family can receive thousands of calls, and they have to review every single one of those reports to determine if an investigation is going to happen, right? If it meets the criteria for it. When that happens, they go out there and they do their assessments and their investigations. But please note, like, there has to be good validated calls. Sometimes people call and they send videos of stuff and they're clipped and they're cropped. If you guys knew how many people call CPS on some like separation and divorce situation, on some domestic relations situation that could be valid, but it gets overlooked because there's so many calls in there. So keep that in mind. Like I appreciate this. I think it's great that people are uniting together and trying to call out CPS to have these things happen. But I would also ask you guys to really think about, all right, there has to be a reason for these calls because they get a gazillion calls all the time. But this one clearly it's a valid one. And I'm so glad the police was called because they didn't have time to hide the kids. They didn't have time to hide duct tape. They didn't have time to hurry up and make sure that there's food and there's nothing. The doors are this way and that way. No. They probably got a surprise there. I'm glad that this happened this way. And I mean, my goodness, the trauma. And then the bigger slap in the face is the fact that these people run a mental health business to try to tell people how to parent. What? Lord have mercy. Listen, I'm not even supposed to be on camera, and I came on camera because this shit pissed me off. Let me hit play.
I don't care what your opinions are on police. This is not a normal, generally 20 law enforcement officers responding to a scene like this. It's just like a run-of-the-mill call. Not a typical thing. Also, other background that I'll give. I'm a social worker. So this is also my realm. So I can give limited input here, knowing that I'm not involved in the situation, nor am I an advisor or somebody who can speak on the situation as somebody who's professionally involved. But we'll get back to that in a moment. So we didn't have any information other than that. Going in.
Yeah, you had picked up on that post like 30 minutes after it had been posted.
So I started searching inmate bookings. Like I'm looking, this isn't the first time we've had go-arounds with these types of situations, unfortunately. And so I started searching for bookings. They don't usually update them. Usually they don't update bookings. Most jails don't until 24 hours. And so usually they only update bookings once a day. So I did not plan on hearing anything about any of like Ruby or Kevin at all till at least tomorrow. And then some smart person went on the Washington County Sheriff's Office website, which Washington County is where Jodi's home is located, and was able to confirm, and we will throw the image up on the screen, was able to confirm the arrest of not Kevin and Ruby, but Ruby Franke and Jodi Hildebrandt. So
quite literally Ruby's new partner in crime.
Literally partners in crime.
Literally.
Now. I cannot. We're not going to take joy in this situation because it's absolutely awful what's happening and what has caused all of this to happen and how shitty Ruby and Kevin and Jodi are. But it did quite.
My question is this. Did the husband not know about this abuse? Like, where the hell was he at? Hey, Miss O, where was he at when all this shit was going down? Does anybody know? In Utah Center, Utah. Anybody know where the husband was at? I wonder how she got her license and listen, I wondered the same too. Shout out to the person that sent me this. Much love to you. Has he been arrested, Brooke? I didn't hear he was arrested. I ain't never gonna believe that the spouse did not know. Never. Are you kidding me? What are you, a distant spouse? Like, what? How come he's not arrested? Is it because these two happened to be together and they knew what was going on? Let me know. Brooke, is he arrested or not? Yeah, where was the husband when all this was going on? Please and thank you. Please let me know. Please let me know. Thank you, CL. Thank you for the Cash App, CL. You're awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I just got it, love. Thank you. I don't know. Let me see what you guys are saying. Okay. They're divorced, but he's still Bridget, but did he know about this? I mean, he had to have known. To a certain degree, they were together. He had to agree with some of the parenting styles that were happening. I'm kind of wondering, did he not know any of this? The last I heard, Ruby was relieving Kevin, but can't confirm. Gotcha. No worries, love. You're right on time. Don't worry. They're separated, but but he was at point working at BYU, the Mormon University. Yeah, Bingham University. Is it Bingham Young or something like that? I still think he should be accountable. Right. I guess I have a lot of questions about that piece, but Jennifer said I heard somewhere that they were separated. So are they like? I didn't think you can get separated in the Mormon church. I could be wrong. Listen, I'm not Mormon. I had when I lived in Utah, I rented, I was a renter, and somebody, the girl that ran the complex was a Mormon, and she wanted when she said she was inviting me, and we had pizza and water, and I was like, "Do you have a Coke?" And she's like, um, "No, I don't." And I was like, "Well, damn, like I guess they something about caffeine and Mormonism." And I'm like, "Girl, see, you lost me right there. I need to be able to have some coffee, something, you know?" Yes. Okay, he's been since removed from the faculty on the website as well. Interesting. Now, are they Mormon? Because wouldn't they give them don't they have their attorneys or something? I'm kind of wondering. They were at Jodi's house? Yes, they were at when the arrest happened. So was Jodi down with the get down of duct taping children and punishing them and all this shit? Like what was yeah, no cat I said, I'm sorry. I'll stay Catholic. That's what I said. I like the girl. She offered me the apartment I rented. But she was like, I said, no, I'm sorry, I'll stay Catholic. Not that that's any better, but still. um, yeah, yeah. They all say that they all have tea and water. Okay, gotcha. I think that that's where it gets iffy because divorce is wait, what did you say, just Jamie? Is looked down upon. That's what I thought. Like I thought that they had to you can't divorce. I don't know. I'm just saying. Yes, they were Mormon. I also lived in Utah. They think you know. They think that you know. I'm not Mormon. I have a lot of Mormon friends. Yeah, I had a lot of Mormon friends. Shout out to them. They're really and I have some, people that I'm really close to that are Mormon, but I just don't ever talk about religion. I don't talk about religion or politics with folks. I really don't. Um, but yeah. Okay. See, Okay, Jennifer knows her stuff. It says, in one of the Jordan and McKay videos, they break down hers and Jodi's business, and it sounds a lot like Lori Vallow's Light in the Darkness stuff. Really? Girl, they're making that comparison. That's interesting. All right, let me hit play on this because I'm talking too much.
Delight me to see Jodi being held accountable and Ruby being held accountable for one thing in their goddamn lives. Yes. And as a social worker, Jodi can kiss her license goodbye.
Ooh.
Goodbye.
Adios.
That shit was already on probation once, and she got it back, but consider it done.
Terminated.
You cannot, and I don't know what Utah law states specifically, I'll have to look, but generally, like, domestic violence related, child abuse related, and social work and counseling professions generally don't go together.
Yeah.
Generally not. So, and she's not currently practicing with her license as far as we know, but she can go ahead and kiss that shit goodbye anyway.
Wow.
So they were arrested by
Can I just appreciate that I love a social worker with a potty mouth because I have one and it's really bad. I'm just saying, shout out to her. I don't know her, but I like her so far. CL says that's a good thing. There's a reason why they don't say, yeah, you don't talk. Listen, I have a lot of great friends. And one of my rules is I don't talk religion or politics with my friends. I just don't. I don't, because we're never going to agree. And if I respect them and I love them for who they are, whatever they believe in. You know, that's just how I am. Like a video she made of the eating disorder. That's one. Oh, okay. Gotcha. You love her too? All right. Let me see what you guys are saying. I only talk politics to my political friends and my religious friends, and I think I'm going to hell for that, being atheist. All right then.
Agency that's listed on here is the Santa Clara Ivins Public Safety Department, but this is the Washington County Sheriff's Office website. But they have both been, according to the website, charged with 2 counts of aggravated child abuse.
Wow.
With the stipulation of intentionally or knowingly. So again, I'm a social worker. I'm fairly familiar with Utah law in these areas. Aggravated child abuse is a specific charge, but aggravated, like intentionally, holds more weight.
Yes.
We're not necessarily talking negligence here per se.
The difference between intentional and negligible is the difference between felony level and misdemeanor.
In some cases. I'm not a lawyer. So
as far as we're saying,
law is not my area, but I am familiar with it as a social worker. So this code specifically, I am semi-familiar with Utah criminal code, okay?
Now keep in mind, and I'm looking through this, but I don't think that there's mugshots in Utah. Y'all remember when we were looking for a Jared Lysek mugshot and couldn't find it? I'm pretty sure that there's no mugshots in Utah, right? If I remember correctly, and they said Utah mugshots. I'm pretty sure.
This is Utah recently passed a law that does not allow
I was right.
Mugshots to be posted for people who have not been convicted, is my understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
You can, like, if you're charged, your mugshot doesn't get posted. If you're convicted, that's my understanding. Right?
Oh, I'm not sure, but
it's House Bill 288. If I can find it, I'll have McKay put it up on the screen.
That's
but
interesting.
It's new, and so
it was really long. I won't be able to put it up on the screen, but
no mugshots, unfortunately, for right now. So that's why there aren't any.
Wow.
Otherwise, I would be reveling in that because they deserve to be shamed for what they've done.
We're gonna put Jodi's mugshot on a fucking t-shirt.
And then let me pull up for you the other piece of this that I want to bring up. We don't know what happened to Kevin.
Ooh, husband.
According to the Reddit post that was made, both Kevin and Ruby were present at the time that the police were at the Springville home, and that they were both supposedly arrested, and they could have just been detained. And that's sort of seeming to be what it's coming to now that we got the news article out. But Jodi and Ruby were booked in St. George, which is way down south of Utah, which is almost 4 hours away from Springville, which is where the original police incident began, at their house when all the police showed up. And so if Kevin was arrested there and Jodi and Ruby were arrested later on down the line in St. George, they would be booked in 2 different counties, meaning that their booking would not be in line with each other. Like Kevin could have been arrested, but we don't have updated booking info for the jail that he would potentially be in Utah County. Because Washington County is just apparently on top of their shit. So,
wow.
So he could also be arrested.
All the old white people that live there.
So we don't know really whether he was arrested or not. That's what I'm hearing based on what they're saying, right? Their channel name is, and I'm gonna drop it in there, Jordan and McKay. Jordan and McKay. And I put it in the description box. So if you hit on the description box, you'll see it there. I've logged them in there. This is the first time I hear that. I like them. I'm going to have to watch some of their stuff. I'm totally not aware of who they were. You said Washington County is smaller. I lived in Murray, so that's like the West Valley, Utah area. I don't know if I have anybody here from West Valley. You would know where Murray is at. Murray, yeah. I like them too. I like them. I like them. They seem really cool.
Just,
I guess.
Got nothing better to do.
I guess. We don't say that like jokingly. St. George is one of the whitest cities in the nation, actually.
Yes.
So we don't know on Kevin yet. Could stuff come out today or tomorrow that he was actually arrested? Wouldn't be surprised. He is involved in this in some way. And if Jodi and Ruby are being arrested for this shit, I don't see any circumstances in my mind where Kevin wouldn't at least be complicit.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't see it.
He's also the parent. And they are separated, but I don't know
Supposedly,
that they are legally separated or anything.
I don't know.
So,
right.
The rumors when all of this began was that Ruby kept the younger kids. Sherry had already gone off to college, and Kevin and Chad, the oldest son, went their separate ways, and all the younger kids stayed with Ruby. So Kevin, by that information that we have, wasn't potentially even involved with the younger children up to a certain point. Like, there's so much information here that we don't know. But Kevin is not off the hook for me, in my mind, at all. Even if he doesn't get arrested, I don't care. There's some shit here that's just not okay with me. If you're okay with the mother of your children whisking them away to be with some individual who is manipulative and horrible and quite literally abusive, like, you're still a parent.
Yeah.
You're still a parent.
Right.
So the confusion kind of stems from the way that this was reported. There were some confusion because there were girls in the area where they live in Utah County, unrelated to the family, that went missing. So there was some confusion because then apparently people had linked that they might be Frankies, which turned out to not be the case. They were unrelated, from what I know.
I saw that in the news feed.
So that was like confusion happening there. But as far as I know, that's not where this originated.
Wow.
So the news article has been updated like 30 times since I've initially read it. It originally said 8 passengers' parents arrested. And
why are they updating it so much? I mean, do they not have all the information, I guess? So the call and arrest timeline, and they're going through that, and then they go through the Fox News story, and then the CPS situation, our thoughts on the case, and the role of Mormonism. Let me hit play, all right?
That was removed. Kevin was taken out completely, other than one reference, and it only includes Jodi and Ruby now. So let me read you this. The headline at this time is 8 passengers' mother arrested for 2 counts of aggravated child abuse. And then here is the article itself. 8 passengers' mother, Ruby Franke, and founder Jodi Hildebrandt of the parent counseling service ConneXions. Is that what they're calling it?
ConneXions?
That's
service.
Ridiculous.
Parent counseling?
Were arrested Wednesday night for 2 counts of aggravated child abuse. The Washington County Sheriff's Office confirmed that they had been placed in custody for intentionally and knowingly committing aggravated child abuse at 9:33 p.m. That is Wednesday, August 30th. Earlier Wednesday, the Springville, which is where Kevin and Ruby's home is, the Springville Fire Department responded to a mutual aid incident at Hildebrandt's residence in Springville at 3:44 p.m. for nearly 2 hours. They recently changed that and added Hildebrandt's residence. Jodi doesn't have a house in Springville.
Fox 13 is fucking up.
Fox 13 is having a hard time, and I don't blame them because this shit is complex, but
Fox 13.
Jodi doesn't live in Springville or have a house in Springville.
So they probably need to contact the YouTubers because Lord have mercy, we got our shit together.
As I know.
That's the Frankie. And
she lives down south.
The house that
Thank you, love.
That Sherry was in front of, which is definitely their neighborhood.
Okay. So Fox 13's struggling a little bit. And I don't blame them because this shit's complex and we're only versed in it because we've been doing it for a long time. So we'll give them slack. But so a mutual aid incident, Springville Fire Department. So fire department is requested. It's an interesting thing. For a mutual aid is usually like multiple agencies being called, but if the fire department was initially called, my gut instinct goes to EMS. So like somebody made a phone call.
Paramedics, EMS, fire department. Lord have mercy. I'm going to try to skip over to CPS and see what they say.
If that's a word standpoint. Federally, like looking at things from a law court based on my limited knowledge from grad school in this realm, like feds don't pursue cases like this unless they're airtight, because like success rate for federal cases, especially in this realm
in prosecution,
is incredibly high because they don't pursue things like this. They don't act on things like this. They don't move on things like this until everything is air freaking tight. And so and we don't know this for sure, if federal agents groups are involved,
which it should be that way because having all of this going down and it not being anything, and you're affecting children that way, which it sucks that it has to be that way, but you're either traumatizing them or you're saving them and traumatizing them at the same time. So at least have the one good outcome.
Like, it's bad. This is not a typical show out for a government agency like DCFS that's completely understaffed and overwhelmed. Like, this is not a typical
case
response. And so there's something here that to me reads way more complex than just Jodi and Ruby being fucked up to the kids.
Well, and how many kids? Because it sounds like it was more than one that we don't even how many kids do we know were in the house? Do we have an idea?
Like, it feels way more complex to me than that. And that's just my own personal view on the situation and my kind of personal experience in this field adjacent to this. But who knows? They also could have showed up and showed out because this is a popular vlogger family and people are crazy. Yeah. So, you know, and it could also.
But we also don't know what the history was too. How many calls to CPS have they received? What is the pattern? Have they ever come for, like, listen, as soon as you see duct tape, yo, let me tell you, like that, and you know, as the DA's pressing charges, that's immediately grounds for something to happen, you know?
Also be contextual based on the call. Like, did they get a call saying something god awful was happening, and so they had to show up and show out?
Interesting.
And so there is a lot of variables here, but this is awful, and I wish it's bittersweet because I wish this wasn't a situation that anybody had to be in to begin with. But we're here now, and it seems that something is going to happen. And for a situation like this, if we're talking about like Child Protective Services, if both parents are unable, like detained or in any way unable to take care of their children in a case like this, especially if both parents are in jail, priority number one, contrary to like the popular view of DCFS agencies, is they don't plop them into foster care.
They don't
immediately.
Family.
Kinship placement is priority number one for a case like this. And in most cases, we're always going to start kinship first. We're always going to look for family members that are able to take care of these children. And obviously
this girl knows her shit. That's exactly right. They don't go to foster care unless they can identify a caretaker. They don't do that. They typically take them into kin care, family. I mean, they'll do background checks. There'll be a social worker assigned, and you know, they'll do their assessments. They'll probably do some type of a home check. Yeah, that is what happens. Kevin is now being taken off of BYU professor list. I thought he was Angie. I thought he was already taken off. Shout out to everybody from Facebook, by the way. Yes, always next to kin if possible. Absolutely. Yeah.
Complexities around who that can be and what that can look like. And I imagine that is going to be even more complex given the situation with Ruby's family. So not sure how that will play out, but these kids aren't going to get plopped into foster care. Who they end up with might be a little bit more complex, but they're, in cases like these, they will want to prioritize the kinship placement, and they're always going to prioritize the safety of the children. Yeah. So if certain people would not potentially be safe people, given their relation to Ruby, if that's something they're comfortable with, like there's a lot of nuances here, but these kids aren't going to be put in a foster care system and never seen again. That would be pretty outrageous given the circumstances and what we know. Yeah. So, and that's only if Kevin is free and clear of all this and doesn't get charged with anything and isn't involved in this at all, then there would be no need with that. DCFS would still be involved and would still need to finish this investigation. But if Kevin was not found at fault or liable in any of this, then nothing would change. Like, the kids would remain in his custody because he and Ruby aren't divorced. And I know that because I looked recently. So that's kind of the gist. It's a long-winded gist of what's happening right now. We wanted to make this on the shorter side, but this is such a complex thing that it's hard to. And we're not going to do much editing of this because we're trying to get this out to you ASAP. Because my Instagram DMs are overflowing.
Wow.
Our Discord is alerting us that there's like fraudulent activity going on because we have so many people. And so that's why we wanted to do this, was get this information out there and absolutely shame the hell out of these two.
Yep.
This is not like a who gets to it and talks about it first situation. I want every goddamn YouTuber on earth talking about this. Like, they deserve all of the horrible publicity that's going to come from this.
You can delete your channel, but you can't hide.
No. And that is the interesting thing about this too, is their channel went dark just recently.
Just a couple weeks ago.
Just recently. And I haven't checked to see what they've been posting lately. I've been off Reddit for a bit, so this is like all happening very fast and all at once.
It's just the usual bullshit. I looked a couple days ago.
And it's the typical distortion nonsense.
Stupidity.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's what we know for right now. By the time you're watching this, if there's updates, I'll try to put them in the comments. We might.
So check them out. I'm going to show you guys the parenting website. Okay. Let's go there because I was kind of curious too. There it is. ConneXions. No, I don't want you to know my location. Here it is. This is their website for anybody that wants great advice on parenting. Transform with Jodi. Create joy in your life and relationships. Learn to successfully navigate life with Jodi, who has an MS. Is that a master's in something? Hold up. Meet the founders.
Anxiety, depression, or fear that you don't understand, feelings that you're not enough, or that you're unlovable.
Wow.
ConneXions is the solution.
Yes, it is a solution to get you a mugshot. ConneXions is the solution, yo. All right, let me hit play.
You can change.
You can change.
You can experience feelings of being whole, centered, liberated, connected, empowered.
Yes. Empowered, free. Oh, those great words. Oh my God. She's like, oh my God. Real Brenda's like, oh my God, this is scary. I'm trying to Lord have mercy, yo. Do people really pay for this? I'm in the wrong business. This is Jodi. This is the other lady that got arrested. Jax is like, okay, Lima. I'm done. Petty pants activated. Yes, duct tape your children to make them feel connected, empowered, and free. I just want to know what part of duct taping is part of their curriculum.
And free.
And free.
Come and see for yourself. There's something here.
Every buzzword. I heard. Oh, Jesus. That's some great advertisement. My story. My style is compassionate yet direct and clear of what is necessary to fully change and champion any addictive or self-destructive behavior. It also involves duct tape. All right, let me go ahead and go down a little bit. Mission statement: we invite, encourage healing, and facilitate personal growth through impeccable honesty, rigorous personal responsibility, and vulnerable humility. Okay, that's one. This is her website. I was hoping that I would see here, maybe the business team. She might show up. Her name is Pat. Ooh, I wonder if these people are going to work here anymore. Oh, there's Ruby. She's a certified mental health fitness trainer. That's what she is. I'm just, listen. Oh, wow. She's a wife and mother of 6 wonderful children, provides content on ConneXions, social media platforms, and podcasts that focus on empowering parents and children to live in truth. Oh, Jesus. Look at all this. Oh my. All right. Look at this training. Individual training, $795. And you get access to all of their work training for leadership. About $5,000, you get access to team leadership training. And then if you have about $14,000 lying around, you can run a whole company. I mean, I'm telling you, I am in the wrong business. What the hell am I doing? I'm just joking. I love true crime. I really do. And you guys are awesome in the chat. I appreciate everyone. I'm just going through their website. Lord have mercy. The truth is part of the issue. I cause trauma, so you don't have to. Yes. And I'm sure that it includes the duct tape. You know what I'm saying? Craziness is running rampant. Oh, geez. I mean, this is just so sad. It's like, we could just, I don't know. Are you ready to feel empowered? I've spent over 25 years working with people just like you to help facilitate positive and powerful changes. This lady picked up a charge. Okay, look, parenting classes. Ooh, let me access it. Here it is. Hold up, let me show you guys. I'm gonna go to the parenting classes. Okay, let's look at their parenting classes. With Jodi, being a parent is hard. exclamation point. Teaching children all they need to know to succeed in life is a big task. You don't have to take it on alone. ConneXions parenting classes will teach you how to connect meaningfully and parent effectively in 5 weeks. In 5 weeks. The audacity. In 5 weeks, I'm going to learn how to parent effectively. In 5 weeks, if you are a parent with a child of any age, toddler through teenage years, Jodi will equip you with the principles to apply to your unique family situation that will bring you joy and connection. And all you have to do is pay $218. Wow. And we have some people speaking out. Let me see. Hold up.
After going through this training and seeing the results, I was able to notice that I could also bring these same principles to our family. It kind of opened up my eyes to realize that I can't change these things. And the one thing that I have control over at all times is my mind.
Wow.
So
all right, let me play this one.
When I was looking for help for our son, it was a dark and a difficult time for us. We were
lost.
Yeah, it was the principles and the people in ConneXions, Jodi in particular, that we.
Okay, let's play this one.
I love taking the parenting class. My daughter was going to take the class and asked me if I would take it with her. And I thought, well, I'm pretty much done parenting. My kids are all raised, and she really encouraged me to take it with her. And I am so grateful that I did, because I learned the principles that she was going to be teaching in her home, so I could reinforce them when I was around my grandchildren. And it's been really a great experience.
Wow. You will get a workbook with 300 pages shipped to you, access to videos that go along with the workbook, 3-month access to Saturday empowerment, empowering joy classes, weekly homework, access to online community forums at a price of $218. And they give you a weekly breakdown. Ooh, week 2, truth, growing up, truth, and distortion. Truth, distortion. Wow. Give me one sec, y'all. Okay, let me see. Raising children. Oh, it stands for something. Okay. Dealing with drama. Week 4 is dealing with. Oh, see. If you can address the week 4, you good for the rest of the weeks. You're good. Week 5, teaching self-care. Like, look, this little girl right here who's like, I don't know, a toddler can probably cook you a meal. I mean, we're expecting them to cook their own lunches, right? We're expecting them to figure this out. Look, look it. She's already washing dishes. Step to forgiveness. Access the class now. I don't think I should do advertisement for them. I'm just saying. What are the bricks? I don't know, man. Y'all go check out the site and let me know what you think. You are super late, but I've been following this woman. Ooh, you have. And I thought she was bad before, but she fell in with Jodi. She's gotten truly awful. How do you train your 2-year-old to take over your house chores? Listen, if baby Bunny can wash the dishes, I'm willing to pay her twice the amount. Anyways, nah, see, I don't do that. That right there, that blanket training shit, I've already heard. I've heard of it. And it's very much an abusive tactic for parenting. Don't do that. All right, guys, I'm having to head out because I got to go tend to baby Bunny, and I'm still like a little sick. Shout out to everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you're hitting that like button if you're watching this video. Shout out to you guys. I will see you guys. I don't know if I'll be back tomorrow. I'm just, I'm taking it easy. But yeah, I will see you guys on the next one. Rabbits out. You guys have a great night. And shout out to all the members and the super chats and super stickers and the Cash App. Thank you guys. Bye.